Hello, fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2013, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. If there is, in any way, things that you feel have been left unsaid, this is the month when they are going to be said. It is a very strong month for love and communication being bridged together for you. And what I'm seeing more than anything is those of you who are attached who maybe have been putting off a certain conversation that needs to happen, you are going to actually find yourself feeling very impatient. Actually, a newfound urgency is going to come in that's going to say to you, okay, I really got to have this conversation. And chances are it's going to be very spontaneous, very sudden, and you may even surprise yourself by not only your bravery, but by your willingness and by your inspiration to actually sit down and say what it is that you've been holding back, to actually be willing to not only speak, but also to listen as well, to clear up any confusions. Those of you who are not attached, I do think that you also are going to have some important conversations. And what I think is the most likely scenario for a lot of you out there is that there is going to be some external trigger to a conversation. Now, that external trigger is very likely to come in the form of communication, but it does look like, what would perfectly sum this up is something like an internet flirtation or something like interacting with somebody purely online and having those romantic overtones, but allowing that to trigger a deeper awareness and a deeper healing. It may mean that you actually end up having that conversation with that person, but chances are much more likely that you're going to have this external trigger with a person, and that in turn is going to inspire you to then go and speak with somebody else about what it is that you're feeling, what it is that's happening for you. Because remember, ultimately, especially where it comes to the online universe, you're only getting the digital projection of the person, right? And whether that digital projection comes through the written word or whether it comes through the spoken word by voice or by video, in a sense, there does tend to be something different that happens when you're actually face-to-face with a person and you're actually having to deal with this real person. They're not a fantasy. They're not something you hope for. They're not something external. They're not you filling in any gaps or any holes, but they're a real person. And I think that is part of the awareness that is likely to hit you. One thing is for sure, though, I am very much of the belief that everyone in your life is there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. As a friend of mine once said, everyone who enters is either a lesson or a blessing. And I think you are definitely going to have this appreciation for those of you who are open to connecting with new people, are definitely going to have this appreciation where this external person acts as a trigger for your learning. And that learning can end up being a blessing. Now, whether this situation ends up holding any legs to go further into the distance, that is to be seen, because we do have Venus beginning to go retrograde this month, entering the month in shadow. So what that means for those of you who don't know Astro Tech talk out there, what that does mean is things need a little bit of time to really unfold. You need some time to really see the reality of any situation, whether you're meeting a person in person or whether you're meeting them online. You do need to allow that space, and you do need to be aware that where it is that you are filling in holes and where it is that maybe you're seeing something that might not always be there. But regardless, do keep in mind, though, it really is your inbox you want to be watching, because that's where the messages are going to come that facilitate the light bulb moment. And those of you who are attached, you are certainly going to surprise yourself by just the chutzpah that you show with your willingness to actually have that talk that's been put off for much too long. And this is all part of you moving towards greater love, whether you're with somebody, with greater love with your partner, or greater love for the partner who is there in the world for you. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.